Hi everyone, welcome back to Creatively Crafted Life. This is Melanie, and this is going to be the introduction for a number of videos as I go through my recent purchases, which I alluded to or talked about in my spending freeze video. If you haven't seen that yet, I will try and link it above. Basically telling you what my plan is for the summer. So I dismantled a bunch of paper pads. These are just some of them. I've turned some into kits. Some have ended up in my stash, and basically this is going to be me going through the paper pads, showing you what page kits I came up with, because some people have requested it. Rather than put them all into one large video, I think it'd be a bit much. I'm going to try and do basically one pad per video. Unless there's not much to show, then I may combine a couple. The other part is I had bought some other loose cardstock. So I made some kits out of those as well, so that will be incorporated. Basically, all those purchases, I'm going to show you what I did with them as far as making them kits or if they ended up in my stash. So without further ado, let's get into this. So what I thought I would do with you today is just share with you some of the page kits that I've put together. And by page kits, really what they are just paper bundles of coordinating papers that I've pre-selected so that when I want to scrapbook, I can grab them and get started without having to dig through all my supplies. So I am going to just show you what I put together and hopefully give you some ideas as to how to mix and match papers. I probably picked anywhere between 3 and 5 sheets per kit, and I'm thinking that way it gives me the flexibility to do at least 2 layouts using each one, or at least I'm hoping that's the plan. I haven't necessarily included any bases, so I haven't included, say, like a white 12 by 12 cardstock, because I can pull that at any point in time. I'm also not pulling any embellishments or anything to go with this for the most part. I like to have them available at all times in case something comes up and I want to use them, right? So anyways, I hope that makes sense. So I bought a bunch of paper recently from, I think it was called Scrapbooking for Less, and I ended up getting 2 sheets of multiple floral papers, which I thought would be great kit starters or page kit starters. So I'm going to show you these, and I know you've heard me speak a lot about Janet from RTS Scrapbooking. She's been a really big inspiration for me, so that's why you are hearing about her because this is her idea and I'm just using it for my own purposes. She has some really great information. She's got a great YouTube channel. She's also moved over onto Patreon. I think she charges $1 a month, which is phenomenal. She puts out, I don't know, 3 or 4 videos a week. So just, just thinking about that, $1 is nothing. So I highly recommend you check her out. Okay, so let's get started. So as I mentioned, I have 2 of the inspiration sheets, but I put together 2 different combinations for each one so that you can see what I came up with. So the first inspiration sheet was from Echo Park, and it's from the Forward with Faith collection. And does it have a name? It's just called Floral Faith. So it's this beautiful floral print. It's got a dark undertone, which is kind of fun. I don't usually have too many black based pages, so that, or cardstock, so that's kind of interesting. The back side is this, I don't know, it's got a bunch of bees all over. You could see that. So the first thing I paired it with is this pink polka dot, pink and white polka dot. And the back side of this would work really well as well. So this is a 2-for-1 kind of sheet. And then I pulled this yellow from Studio Calico, Hello Forever. On this side it says and repeat. Again, both of these could work with this, but I mostly pulled it for the yellow. I had a scrap in my stash, a big scrap. This is from Pretty Little Studio Savannah Dreams Happy Life, and I pulled it for the words. I thought having a white based paper in here would be kind of fun to break that up. And then the last cardstock I put in here was this Echo Park Dots and Stripe foil with the black. I thought that was kind of an interesting texture and pattern that I could make work. On the back side is is this minty green, which would go well as well. But really I pulled it for the black stripe. And then I had also from that same store, they had sticker sheets on for $1. And so I had pulled this Echo Park Capture Life Alpha stickers in black. And I thought that would actually work well with here. So because it was out, I am including it. Although most of these, like I said before, won't have any embellishments or anything like that. So Janet separates her page kits just simply with a piece of 8.5 by 11 copy paper, and I think that will work just fine, so I'm copying her. So this is the same piece of paper again, but now this time I have pulled this Glitz design paper. What does it say here? Hello December. So this is actually a Christmas paper. Fabulous front with coordinating back is what it's called, and it's from Glitz. And I pulled it for the yellow. So this is actually a pretty clean floral, and this is a bit grungy, but I think I could still make it work. So even though the feel for it is a little bit different, I think it's okay to mix and match. I have a bit of an eclectic style anyways. This piece of paper here is from 2013. And then I pulled from Studio Calico, this little gingham, and I love the way these two look together. I love the small print because this is a little bit of a bolder print, so I love the mix of the different sizes. This is Jasmine Jones' One Little Word for Studio Calico, and it is Elizabeth. And this side too, I think you could make it work. It's not as perfect as this size though, in my opinion. Even though I have a lot of black in here, I thought I could pull in a black print but with a white base. This is from Dear Lizzie Stay Colorful, Hey Sunshine. I'm not looking at this side at all. It is purely for the black and white dash. And then the last one I pulled is from Basic Gray. This is 2008. It is called Bittersweet Crushed Berry. And this one definitely has that distressed kind of look. Again, a different mood and feel to this layout, this particular design, but I think I can make it work. So that is that page kit. Okay, so moving on to the next inspiration sheet. This is also from Echo Park, I Am Mom, and it is the Give Mom Flowers. So both, I mean, obviously both sides go really well together. So I looked at this kind of red color and I ended up pulling this cardstock. It's kind of got a zigzag, but it's a wonky zigzag. And I don't have a branding strip on this either, so I'm not sure who this is from. But I thought those two went really well together. And then I pulled from Amy Tangerine Shine On Even Out. Now this is not why I picked it. I picked it because of this small floral in yellow. So there is yellow in the inspiration piece. It's not a perfect match, but because of all the other colors in here, I think I can make that work. This is a floral, but it's a different scale than this one. It's quite a bit smaller, so I think that one will work. I do like to include a dark piece of cardstock in my kits, just to add some contrast. This is Dots and Stripes Echo Park, and it's in the navy. It's called Night Sky Dot. I think this is a navy. It doesn't look very black. In any event, there is black in the inspiration here, but there's also this navy. So I think between the two of those, it will work just fine. Or if I want to flip it, I can go this way as well. For the second sheet, using that inspiration, I pulled this Echo Park Dots and Stripes. This is Gold Foil Light Pink. I love the way that the pink works with this print. And then I also pulled this one, which is Pink Paisley Pick Me Up, Paige Evans #7. Clearly not for this side, but the yellow I think is pretty much perfect. And then my touch of dark is this Dots and Stripes Echo Park in this navy night sky stripe. And I think that will work just fine. Okay, so for my next inspiration, I am using this I Love Crafting or I Heart Crafting from Echo Park. This is called Fancy Floral. So the first sheet I pulled was from Bella Boulevard Home Sweet Home. Does it give me a name on here? Yeah, it's called Home Sweet Home. So I pulled it for the pink hearts. Not so sure that I would use it with this, but a lot of the colors are similar. Pulled it for the pink. And then I pulled this Echo Park Dots and Stripes in Smooth Ice Stripe. It's that minty kind of green. So again, just a different pattern. And then I pulled this Studio Calico Plaid World in this yellow, and I think it's actually a navy polka dot. But because it's so little, you don't really notice so much that it's navy. But the other side would work as well with this white and black. What are they, like concentric circles kind of thing. But I did mostly pull it for the yellow. And then just to lighten it up a little bit more, I pulled this Dear Lizzie Stay Colorful Let's Boogie paper with the words hooray in the black. Again, not so much for this side, but I think that's kind of a fun addition. For my second page kit for that inspiration, I pulled this Studio Calico I'm Positive. It's got this minty green with more of an olive green on top. And this page has both of those colors in it. The other side is this birch tree print. Yeah, not so much for that, but definitely for the green and mint. Because this is a very dark cardstock, I like to pick some lighter stuff to go with it. And so I pulled this Jasmine Jones paper called What a Delight. And I picked it for the white with the black hearts and stars and triangles and stuff, because I think that would be kind of fun to break it up. But I definitely could use this paper as well because there is this yellow in there. So this is a twofer. Gotta like that. And then I pulled another one of those Dots and Stripes foiled cardstock from Echo Park. This is a silver foil stripe in pink. And we'll just throw that in like that. So that is the second I Heart Crafting page. So that same sale had a lot of Echo Park products, which is why you're seeing a lot of Echo Park in these, because I specifically purchased them for making page kits. So this is Easter Wishes Echo Park Easter Flowers. So it's got this really pretty floral on here. It's got a red, an orange, a yellow, and then a purpley pink. And I thought this might be kind of fun to pair with it. So this is super bold. And the colors are not exactly the right pinks, but they're close enough that I think I can make it work. This is Dear Lizzie New Day, Wild and Free. And then the other side has this yellow, which would work very well with here too. So this is definitely a 2-for-1. I did pull another yellow. Again, I don't have a branding strip on this. I think this was from a paper pad. The yellow works really well. And then also from Dear Lizzie Lovely Day Color Me Pretty, there's the white and black, which would work. It's okay. It's not my favorite, but I really pulled it for the B side, which is this turquoise aqua mint with some little X's on it. And I did want something with a little bit more contrast, and there is a little bit of black in here, not a ton. So I thought, why not pull in a black and white stripe, because you can never go wrong with those. Again, I don't have a branding strip on this one. Definitely did not pull it for the green. at least not for this one. But I think that would look really great either as a mat, or, you know, as a mat for photos, etc. So that is the Easter Wishes page kit. So for this second one, I actually pulled out, this is from a hip kit. I believe Arit Landgraf did these, and I did not pull it for this multicolored thing, although there are a lot of similar colors in here. There is none of this blue, but I pulled it for this lime green, which I think works really great, and this would be a great base page which I can build on. I also had from Pebbles, I don't even know how old this piece is, it's got to be pretty old. This is from Easter Time Sprinkles Green. I only have a partial sheet, but these colors are pretty much bang on for what's in this. I don't know that I necessarily love these two right next to each other, probably because to me the scale feels very similar. But if I, you know, broke it up with matting or something, I think I could make that work. So this was more of a bonus sheet than necessarily my first pick kind of thing. But this one I do love with it. It is from Bella Boulevard. It is called Flirty, and it's designed by Stephanie Hunt. So it's from 2009. It is only one-sided, but I think this purpley kind of pink color works really well with this. And then again, I wanted to, sorry, I'm out of frame. And then again, I did want to throw in a black. And so you see this one here. This is from the Amy Tangerine Shine On. This is called Three Sides. You know, actually these colors do work with this. It's just not my favorite kind of pattern together. I did pull it for the black, black white stars. So that is that page kit. So we're getting into the home stretch. This is You and Me from Echo Park, and it is called You and Me Flowers. I really loved how soft and pretty this was, and I liked this kind of periwinkle blue. It was something a little bit different. So I tried to match that blue up as best I could, and I didn't find anything for this one. So instead, what I pulled was this paper. Again, I don't have the branding strip on it. I think it was from a paper pad. I thought this might make a fun background base page, and the minty color is pretty much bang on, as is this color. The scale is very large, so this is a very large print, and this would be a more medium. So I think the scale sizes will work. So that's what that is. And then there is this yellow in here that I thought would be kind of fun to pull out. So that's this one. Again, no branding strip on this one, although I think this is, yeah, this is Stampin' Up. Not so much for this side, but I do like that. And then I thought maybe I could pull some of this pinky, peachy kind of thing here, and I have this grid. This is from Studio Calico. It is called Oslo from 2016. And I could use this side as well, just to add some contrast. So again, this is a twofer. So if you see it this way or that way. And because this is a softer, I thought I could get away with throwing a gray in there. And this is called Happy Thoughts, also from 2016 from Studio Calico. And I picked it for the gray, but this would also work really well on this side. So another twofer. Gotta love them. Okay, and now moving on to the final kit that I put together. Here's the inspiration. I did find a blue. This is, I want to say this might be from Amy Tangerine page paper pad, but I'm not sure. Now this is not a perfect match. This is definitely darker, but there are some dark veins in there, and I think overall I can still get away with it. So that's why I picked that. I also threw in here another one of those foiled stripe from Echo Park in the light pink this time. and I wanted to pick up more of this minty green, and so I had this geometric pattern that I thought might be kind of fun to throw in there. And then of course a dark is another one of these dots and stripes from Echo Park. And that is that page kit. So that is what I have. These are just going to go in a bin that I have that I bought from Target. It fits 12 by 12 paper. So I'm just literally going to stack these up, put them in like this, and then when I'm ready to scrapbook, I can, you know, just flip through, find a kit that I'm interested in using or that inspires me, pull the papers out, and then all I have to do is pull a few embellishments and I'm ready to go. So if you find it difficult or that you don't always like to go and rummage through all your supplies while creating, give this a try. It's actually quite fun to put together when you don't have the pressure of getting a page done. And I like having stuff pre-selected so that it doesn't interrupt my process. Let me know below if you do give this a try, and if you share anything on social media, share your link with me so I can check you out and see what you're doing. And until next time, happy crafting.